Hi, Clay. Kyle from VMTV here. I know there was a tough year for you last year, 2022, inside and outside the cage. How difficult has it been to get that motivation back to come back even stronger this year?
Uh, you know what they say, hard times create hard men. So I'm always motivated. I'm always driven. I'm always working hard. So uh yeah, hard times create hard men, and I'm a hard man.
What did you learn from your narrow decision losses last year? Like, what was the biggest thing you took from them?
I gotta close the gap, I feel like I was slacking on my grappling a little bit, and that's probably why they, edged it in the decision of Martinez. So I've stepped up on my grappling. I'm a lot sharper there. And I just need to close the gap and set myself apart from these guys a little more and win a little more decisively. So we've been working on what we need to, and we're ready for a new year.
You've obviously got Nishikawa for this first round matchup. I know that you've mentioned wanting to face Shane Burgos at some point in the season. I know that's one that all the fans want to see as well. Is that one that you're hoping you're going to get round to this year?
I mean, we'll see what happens this Friday night. See, if he wins over Mercier or not. And yeah, that's a banger. So that's usually who they set me up with first. The name was mentioned early before I started fighting Nishikawa. I got the name Burgos first. So it's definitely something I know the PFL is thinking about. It's definitely something I know the fans want to see, because that's the banger fight. Um, but it don't matter who they give me. I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever PFL decides, and I'm ready to beat these guys. So, including
Cheers.
Burgos.
All the best for Friday, mate. Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Jonathan Rumlicon, Five Region Sports. Hey, Clay. You're one of the more experienced fighters in the PFL and one of the faces of this division. Do you feel, or how do you feel that experience being in the season format for a couple years maybe gives you an edge going into this season?
I'm used to fighting a lot. So some people, that 6 weeks in between is tough for them. Having the experience and being around and knowing the format and things like that, definitely I feel like is going to give me an edge. Yeah, we're going to go in and get it done quick and not have to worry about it too much. So
Appreciate your time, my man. Good luck this Friday.
Hey Clay, Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. Congratulations on the birth of your son. How is your new life balancing being a fighter and a father?
my girl is amazing and definitely picks up on my slack when I'm training, and I've been traveling a lot this camp, and I've been gone weeks on end getting ready for this. So having her to have my back's helped a lot. She's amazing. I feel like I have a newfound reason to fight, and I feel like that's added fuel to the fire. So it's been a wonderful experience being a father, and watching my son grow, and like I said, I think it adds fuel to the fire. So
Awesome. And one more question. I know you have a new coach, and how has your skills evolved since moving on to the new coach? And could you speak more on that?
so I'm back with an old coach. So it's an old new coach, I guess. But man, my grappling has improved tremendously. Uh tremendously. As far as my striking goes, it's hard to think I could get better at striking, but I definitely feel like I've leveled up in that area as well. So yeah, all around, I feel like my game's improved quite a bit, and I'm ready to showcase those new skills and put on a show for y'all Friday night.
Awesome. Thank you. Excited for the fireworks.
Hey, it's Lorenzo from the MMA Millisecond. Clay, it's good to talk to you, my man. You're fighting against a newcomer, not only to the PFL, but to the US. As far as I can tell, Yamato hasn't fought outside of Asia so far. Did that present any challenges to you during your preparation? I mean, forget a different promotion. This guy was fighting on the other side of the planet. I can imagine it's hard to gauge his experience and competition level in that scenario.
Yeah, he ain't never fought nobody like me. I can guarantee that. He's on a 10-fight win streak or something like that. I think he has 6 draws on his record. He's winning unanimous decisions. So I think he has his hands full. I think he's bit off a little more than he can chew with Cassius Clay Collard. And I'm ready to go prove it this Friday night.
No doubt you're looking for a finish. You've had 6 straight fights go to a decision. Is there any sense of pride you take from being able to drag these dudes into the full 15-minute fight and still have a chance to win it at the end of the decision?
So we don't want to do decisions no more. I keep losing close ones, so I don't want to do decisions no more. I want to go in there and finish these guys. I feel like I have made the proper changes in my fight camp this year to be able to do that. So I guess wait and see, tune in.
And last one for me, I see you got the Mortal Kombat dragon right there on the shoulder. Is that Raiden underneath it? I can't really tell.
Yes, sir. That's Raiden.
There we go. I'm dying for them to make another movie, man. We really need one.
Yeah, I think they need to get rid of the CGI and start doing a little more of the martial arts. I think that's why those old school first movies were so good. It wasn't a whole lot of CGI. It was more just the martial arts, and I think that's what draws me into the movie. The CGI and the fatalities and all that, they're all right, but I want to see the cool martial arts personally.
Let's go. Clay Collard for Johnny Cage. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, man.
Hey Clay, this is Pat McCoy from Combat Sports UK. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, brother. Thank you.
So the mustache looks amazing. So I want to ask you if you have any advice for going more volume for us people stuck with the puberty mustache.
Man, I've always since high school I've been growing a good beard, so I don't really have any tricks. It just happens. Thank you for pointing out the mustache. I think it gives me superpowers. So
I think it definitely does. And you mentioned to me last week that getting the Martinez fight back, is that still one that you would like to get this season if you don't get the Burgos matchup you would like?
Yeah, I always want to avenge a loss, especially a close split decision like that. So like I said earlier, whoever PFL gives me, that's who I'm going to get ready for. Avenging those losses would be definitely something I'm looking forward to.
And last one for me, a former opponent of yours in Max Holloway is fighting this weekend. Can we get a prediction for that one?
I'm going to take Max. He's great, so yeah, I'm going to take Max on that one.
Great, man. Good luck on Friday night, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Clay. So you're taking on a 20-year-old hype train. I think it's like a 14-fight win streak or something like that. You kind of touched on this earlier, but are you looking forward to shutting down this hype train? You haven't really been in a position where you're going up against someone this young and this hot as they are now.
Like I said earlier, he ain't never fought nobody like me. So yeah, I'm focused on myself, I don't want to derail him, but I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm prepared. I'm ready to go out and fight. 14 wins. He ain't never fought nobody like me though. So
love it, man. Looking forward to it. And, every time as a fan, every time I watch you fight, I am just impressed with your durability. You have a crazy chin, they say. We've seen it throughout your whole career. Is that something you pride yourself on? Is that like a tool you consider that you utilize?
I don't know if you've ever seen the old school Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
But I like to think of myself as the Crimson Chin. So Yeah, I can take a shot. I can give a shot. I just love fighting, and I ain't been put away yet, not in mixed martial arts, so let's go. Not with a knockout, so.
Clay, the Crimson Chin Collard. I love it. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
Chris.
Hey Clay, how you doing? Chris DiCarlo from Caged In. I know you are a crossover athlete. You box, you fight MMA. I'm curious, is there any other boxers that you'd like to see crossover to the octagon and fight MMA?
That's not something a lot of boxers do. Boxers come to MMA is very rare. MMA guys going to boxing, it's happening a lot more lately. I think I was a trendsetter in that sense. I've been there, done that. I was fighting real boxers. A lot of these guys are fighting other MMA guys in the boxing ring and things like that. So, I just feel like I was a trendsetter in that sense. I don't think a whole lot of boxers are going to be coming over to mixed martial arts. It's just not their forte,
For sure. And I know your focus is on this upcoming 2023 season, but any chance we see you back in the boxing ring anytime soon?
Yeah, and right now my focus is on PFL. I'm not really thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about that championship. So whatever the future holds, whether I box or I keep doing mixed martial arts, maybe I'll go do something else. I don't know. We'll see. I'm right now I'm focused on 2023. So
For sure, man. And last one for me. How was your off season in between seasons? I know you had a long season last year. How's the mind? How's the body? How's everything feeling going into this 2023 season?
I said this earlier, hard times create hard men, and I'm a hard man right now. So
Thanks, Clay. I appreciate it.
Hey, Clay, this is Wiz from BetUS. Given that Yamato, this is his first fight in the PFL, before his last decision win, he was on an 8-fight finish streak. How do you feel like this fight will play out? And I know you mentioned that you were looking to get more finishes in the PFL.
If we don't put him away in one, we're putting him away in two. So, he's young, he's hungry, he's coming for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what us fighters do. So, I'm gonna derail the train, man.
And last one for me. 6 out of those 8 finishes in that win streak were by submission. Do you feel like he's going to try to take you down to the mat in this fight? And how was your preparation for that in this fight?
I feel like he's desperately going to try to get me to the ground, especially after I start putting my hands on him. Like I said, I've switched camps. I've been grappling probably more than I have in years, and I am prepared. So, we're ready wherever the fight goes. I feel like I'm better. So, I feel like I'm better all around on the ground, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wherever he wants to take it, I'm going to dominate. So,
thank you, Clay, and good luck.
All right, Jay Christian, our last question, please.
Cassius Clay Collier, Jay Christian Gary at Focus Fights Audio. How are you, sir? By the way, how's the kid going?
The baby's amazing, man. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to ask a couple quick questions. First of all, we've been talking about your upcoming fight with Yamato Nishikawa, who is obviously a star in Shudo and other Japanese organizations. Is there one thing you would hope with him coming into the U.S. and this being his first fight in the United States that he has learned about you going into this fight?
I'm a bad man. If you don't know that, he's soon to find out.
Understood. When it comes down to the fact that you are also a boxer as well, I can't help but notice that just a few hours ago, it's been announced that Nate Diaz will take on recent PFL signee Jake Paul in a boxing match on August 5th in Dallas. Do you feel like you have a type of interest in that fight, knowing that it's one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time versus Jake Paul?
I'm gonna take Nate Diaz on that. He's definitely got a pair of hands on him. Throws a lot of volume. I feel like his boxing is a little underrated, so I am gonna take Nate Diaz on that. But yeah, shout out those guys, man. They're doing it.
Understood, because I know you basically talked about boxers wanting to. I know you talked about you facing real boxers. Obviously, Jake is going back to the well fighting MMA guys. But still, though, one more question I want to ask is that considering the fact that you're boxing and doing mixed martial arts and your dream scenario is probably wanting to end the PFL season with a title win, let's just say if you were to retire now and hang up both sets of gloves, what would be your lasting legacy in combat sports?
Man, I just want to be a fan favorite. That's why we do this, right? It's to entertain the fans. So I want to go down with people thinking, I always put it out on the line, and I was a fan favorite, man. So
understood. Other than that, good luck against Nishikawa on Friday. We really hope to enjoy it.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All for today. You can just head it up over there.